Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It certainly has been a little while since I've done any videos or so, and I do want to apologize for that. I've had a really busy go at it for the last few days, but just kind of relaxing, chilling a little bit more, and just kind of with some of the stuff that's been going on with me, at least this week. I've had other things take a little bit more priority in life, but yeah, all in all, things are going pretty darn well. Life's going well. I'm pretty darn happy. YouTube channel has definitely flourished, but I like doing these little videos here and there and just talking to you fine folks and just catching up. And if you guys have any questions for me, then you can let me know and you can talk about it or anything else like that. So just some interesting stuff at least. This week I got back into iRacing. Um, it's actually not too bad. There was a special promo 3 month thing where you could be able to get essentially 3 months of iRacing at a reduced cost. So I've been doing some iRacing here and there, and I've been having fun with it. I updated my channel logo. It's flipped over. If you guys see in the corner there, it's if I blow it up, you guys can see it a little bit better. Let me move that around. There we go. The Charlie Fibrosis Gaming logo. This is what I'm going to be using up ahead. There we go. So yeah, that's going to be one of the new changes. Is a new logo that I made. And regarding just other stuff involving the channel, at least, I do have ideas coming up ahead. Omrush is starting up their big season opener tomorrow. Excuse me. And that's going to be kind of fun. We've got, with just what you guys suggested and what you wanted to see more of, which will probably happen this coming week, probably even a little bit over the weekend. You guys want to see some more NASCAR Heat 2? I'm definitely excited to do that. You guys want to see some F1 2016? I plan on continuing that. MVP Baseball, some of you guys want to see some more of that. I'm starting to warm up to the idea, and I personally would like to do some more NASCAR Thunder. So there's that. You guys wanted to see some other games like NHL 2003, Mario Kart Wii, A Bug's Life, etc. There's a lot of good games here that was in the video that I did a while back, which was just kind of getting ready for the new year and seeing what you guys thought from the straw polls and so. And that's just kind of what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do any sim racing tonight because I'm not exactly feeling the greatest. Physically at least, but emotionally I'm doing really well. To kind of catch you up at least a little bit. The winter break and Christmas for me and my family was pretty good. I took some time off to spend with my family, which mattered to me very much. And I also took some good time to hang out with some friends of mine. Hey, Schmidt, man, it's been like way far too long since I've hung out with you, man. I meant to say, I watched your 2 videos. I watched your live stream from the new update regarding DirectX 9 for NR, and that was pretty interesting. I had a few issues with it, but it's cool. I think I have to understand the program a little bit more to do all the shading and stuff, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, dude, I miss hanging out with you. Like, dude, I've grown so many friendships recently with like Coy, DJ, Goss, Schwal especially. I've grown really attached to him. Like he's just a solid ass dude. He's really cool, and Just all the guys that, you know, I've gotten to know in like this past summer and everything like that. Like, you guys have made things so much better for me, honest to God. Man, I miss having you part of the group. I miss racing against you too. Shit, we gotta do something, man. We gotta. I don't know whether it's YouTube related or racing related, but man, we gotta hang out. We gotta hang out some way, some form. So, yeah, I miss you, buddy. I honestly do. Um, so yeah, regarding like just the channel and everything like that, you to those who voted, you guys have got some good picks. Thank you, Schmidt. Thank you very much, my friend. um, but regarding the channel, at least, you guys have got some really good, interesting thoughts, and you know, continue to let me know in the comments down below for just any video. The other thing is I'm ramping up production. That's part of the reason why I haven't made as many videos. So let me actually show you something real quick. It's a project that I've been working on, and I kind of want to show it to you. Now, I'm not going to say that this is going to be on my channel specifically. This could be on a sub-channel coming up. But I want to show you some graphic work that I've done as of late. So this is kind of cool. So I think what I'm going to do, yeah, I know what I'm going to do now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to boot up NR 2003. Well, that wasn't exactly how I wanted to do that. Dang it. Okay. You know what? I'll just show you the natural colors and everything. Not feeling great. My guts are kind of messed up, but plus, plus I kind of want to get ready for armor tomorrow. I'm already tired enough as it is just from lack of sleep, but I also I just want to do something different tonight. I'll race another night, but so let me see here. Painted vehicles. Here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, and I want to show you guys this. So this has been a project of mine that I've been working on for the last few days. This is it. So you can see here, these are door numbers here. Excuse me. And going forward, with what I want to do is I also took pics of cars as well. So let me just kind of show you this a little bit. Let's click here. And let's see here. Let's look at a door number, for example. Let's open that up. Let's see what preview does. There we go. Ooh, excuse me. There we go. So we got a door number here that I just highlighted. This is a new graphic that I would like to use upcoming for the ERL, originally SoCo series. And in turn, the way that it's going to look eventually is with other graphics, we can also pull up other stuff. So let's show you this. This is a rendering of the number 2 car that's in the car pack. And eventually, all I have to do is just get some things transferred over to the laptop. And let's go on to me. Let's go on to this one. So the goal is that this is going to be like, this is going to pop up on screen like down around here in OBS as the race is going on. Or later on if I do a post-race analysis. Or just a straight up broadcast of an already finished race. And this is going to have information in it. It's going to have stats. It's going to have best finish. It's going to have little bits of biographical information. It's going to have a lot of cool stuff on it. But the thing is this whole process takes a long time to do. I have to go into GIMP. I have to open up the XViewer file. I have to then open up the paint scheme that's exported from NR. I have to put the paint scheme on the template viewer. in NR. So this is using about 3 to 4 different programs to get it all to work. Then I have to zoom in. Then I have to use a snipping tool to cut out wherever the door number is. And then I have to zoom out, or I zoom out first and take a picture of the car, and then zoom in and get the number. And it takes a long time. It takes probably about, I think this entire process took me about 3 hours to work on. Now, I did take breaks in between here and there, but that was a lot of time to focus, too, just to get that done. But that's going to be a whole new graphics package going forward. Because the big thing is that since I've been doing like broadcasts and everything like that, and I've also gotten to learn and know OBS a little bit better each time that I've worked with it, I've really, really enjoyed making graphics packages, which is interesting. And I want to give actually a little bit of a shout out here. So I'm gonna send us out to a link. And this is something that's really influential to me. So if you guys remember a video that I did a long time ago, let me close out of a few tabs though. Let me do this. Pin tab. I'll keep that up. Pin tab. Pin tab. There we go. So this is what I want to show you as well. So this is Wayback Machine. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about it. But this particular page on this particular date is really, really important to me. And I'm getting a little bit emotional talking about this because it just means so much to me. But this is how my dad made my very, very first NASCAR card book. So he went on to these pages and he printed them out and he put them up. And look right there. What do you see? You see a 3D rendering, a GIF file actually, or possibly a PNG, but it's classified as GIF when you try and save the individual cars. You get the car file. You get a non-background car file right there to work with. That's a big influence. If I had pictures of the drivers and everything like that, heck yes, I would definitely add it. But this top bar up here, for how simple it is, I really, really love this. And I'm influential. I'm influenced a good chunk by like the older NASCAR packages, and so I think I just went ahead and accidentally opened up. There we go. That's better. There we go. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. I in particular am a big fan of like the graphics packages from like 2001, 2002, 2003, kind of in that area. Kind of when I first started watching NASCAR. So, I really, really like that. And that page, those pages, which I really need to make duplicates of the ones because they're not exactly up to date 100% with that particular webpage. The thing is that that's a big influence to me. I really, really love those pages because the team that worked on the graphics, that worked on the pages, everything else like that, they took a lot of time to make that. And that's really cool to me. They gave the bio info, they gave team info, they gave what the car looked like, and I just love that stuff. I've always been kind of a big fan of the paint schemes too, so paint schemes and teams and everything like that. So in particular, like that's pretty cool to me. So going forward, at least when I do races, online races, not necessarily for every series because some are going to take a lot longer to make those. Even those logos take some time to work on. But I see at least as a test run for the upcoming SoCo event, the upcoming ERL Winston Cup 98 series as it's now known. Going forward, I plan on using that in the Sonoma race. Not from my perspective, but from a broadcaster's perspective later on. And I think it could add a definite, really, really cool amount of insight to the people watching the races. They can understand who these people are. and it just adds some flavor to it. It adds some color to it. It's kind of like throwing red and green peppers into a nice gumbo. So it's just something that I've been working on, and I honestly spent like the last 2 to 3 days working on this stuff. Really, maybe last 2 days. So yeah, Johnny, we're racing Sears Point next Tuesday. See, next Tuesday is the 9th. Tuesday the 9th. Same time, same everything. It just got transferred to ERL. So if you need to get into the group or anything like that. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to roll back through some of the comments. And let's see here. Yeah. A lot of people miss you, Brandon. A lot of people miss you. And I hope definitely that you'll come back into the community, or at least hang out with your boys a little bit, coming up into, just as we're now into 2018 and everything like that. We miss you. Let's see here. Good evening. Just a little bit of talk. Hey, Will. How are you, man? And welcome, Metal Machilla? Metal Militia? I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing? And if anyone has any questions, by all means, go ahead and let them rip. I'd like to answer them if I can. So yeah, just like in life, I'm just kind of trying to remember what I said regarding the whole, the last few videos. I guess, for me at least, I did have a bad incident that happened a while back, and, I've worked through that, and things are getting better, so I'm happy in that regard. There still is certain effects from it that's not great, but things are getting better, and that's what matters. Regarding the holidays and everything like that, my family's doing well. We've got stuff going on, but we're all doing well. I get to see my younger brother really soon, in about a month's time, and I haven't seen him since a week before Thanksgiving, so it's been a while. But he's going to be home for a month or so, as he had to do boot camp and everything like that for the Navy, and I'm really, really happy to get to see my brother again soon. And it falls right around my birthday, so that's even more amazing. Good night, Johnny. You have a good night, man. Another thing I can talk about is, at least this week, I did physical therapy twice this week. And I'm doing better. I'm honestly doing better. So, yeah, I'll show you real quick. So, as I pull my earbuds. So here's my good ankle. Full articulation, full movement. This is my bad ankle. It's stiff. My right ankle is still stiff, and it's going to be that way for a while longer. But guys, if you had any idea the improvements that I've made and the fact that I'm moving around better and everything like that, you wouldn't believe it. You just would not believe it. Because I went from being in a complete cast and then having to get surgery done, having to be in a cast even longer, having to be hopped up on pain pills all the time for 3 weeks or so. And to be where I am now is just amazing. I've recovered really, really well. Do you play NASCAR 15 on PS3? I do not. I do not. We do have a PS3, but I never picked up NASCAR 15. The last console specific game that I picked up before I got into PC gaming and Steam was NASCAR the Game Inside Line. That was the newest one that I got. Beyond that, I really got into NI, and then I've just been playing NASCAR Heat 2 on and off. From Top Dragster, I'm no doctor, but from what I've heard, you're one hell of a trooper, Blake. Thank you very much. Life, for me at least, gets a little complex sometimes, and it's difficult. But I feel that the best way to go about life is just having as good of an attitude as you can. You can't really change too much in terms of, going at it and saying like, oh, if this was better, if this was changed, then life would be so much better and life would be perfect. Well, the fact of the matter is that this is your reality. And the best thing to do is really make what you can of it and take it as best as you can. Between having cystic fibrosis and then having the broken ankle as of late, and just it slowed me up in life. And there are times where I've been frustrated by it, but you know what? Things do get better. And like looking up ahead, this slowed me down quite a bit, and this is probably gonna hurt like on and off up ahead in the future. But from what my doctor said and everything like that, my ankle is going to be stronger than ever because it's got metal inside of it. So, super big brace on that. and just regarding my CF and everything like that, I've got a good medical team that helps me out with tuning my life as it needs to be, and I don't do any drugs or anything like that. So why risk my health or so? Why put that to chance? Because with me, if I do not have my health, I've really got nothing. And looking up ahead, like, I could be going back to work in like a month's time. I am planning really, really hard on looking for an IT job super soon. I'm going to be going back to driving. I need to learn how to drive again because it's been a while. But, these are just things that, the little bumps in the road that you hit in life. And the biggest and most important thing is how you react to it. You can't really stop it. You can't really, go back in time and change the event from even happening. But how you react to it and how you respond to said tragedy or said difficulty is, the key thing. And, even though that I've had some lower moments and so, I try to be positive. I at least try. So, I will admit, I live a pretty good life, but my brain is a messed up place, but I live for the present, take it one day at a time, and loving life. I agree with that, man. I don't really want to get into a bad topic by discussing this, but it's something that kind of perplexes me a little bit. So, something that I kind of see, and it's sad. It's honestly sad. But, I look around, and I find it really disheartening that there are just so many people within and around my age range and younger than I am who have so much stress in their life and so many issues with depression, any other more extreme mental illness and so, and I will honestly say this, I've had a few people in my life that sadly have passed away from their struggles. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. And I'm not exactly 100% up here either, but it really, like, at least for my case, I'm not bothered too much by my troubles in the noggin. But I try to like progress and get through it. And it breaks my heart somewhat to see so many people, so many young people especially, just like stuck in a mental turmoil that just leaves them in sadness. And I mean, I've got a really, really good friend. She has some stuff in her life, and I am trying to learn to help her with it. You know, I can give the basic stuff of like, you know, being loving and supportive and giving her care and everything like that. But it's also a journey for me because it's understanding what exactly is inside of her and how she can express it in a healthy way, and being there to help her and understanding, well, this emotion to me means this, but this emotion to her means this, and this is what you can do to help me through this emotion. So yeah, and I say this honestly. I say this from the very bottom of my heart. Like, just anyone who needs someone to listen, if you're having troubles or you're like going through some really tough stuff right now, I'm right here to listen. I think that there needs to be a lot more people who are aware of mental health issues and in addition are willing to listen, especially to the people who really need it. And I don't want to be someone who just kind of sits by the wayside and lets it go to pass until something bad happens. So, you know, I want to say this honestly too. Yeah, like, you ever need to talk to me? You know, I think we're friends on Facebook. You can send me a private message on YouTube. You know, I will do what I can. So, thank you very much. Yeah, seriously, thank you. I would say, like, a lot of my stuff, at least, I try to deal with in a general day-to-day situation. And I'm usually pretty positive. Not a lot of things kind of kick me down or so. But there's been a few instances where I've just had high anxiety and just, like, it's kind of messed with me some. But, you know. But let's move on to some happier topics, shall we? I don't want this entire video to be all doom and gloom and sadness. One thing I do want to say is that I do plan on doing more of the Madden NFL videos. I don't know if you guys have been watching those or if you've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed making them. They're a lot of fun for me. You know, having the Packers, I think, be a 6-0 team in Madden 06, learning the running game, just doing all that stuff. It's been really, really fun. And I'm not a big football guy either, so, you know, it's really interesting that I've kind of like gripped onto that and had a lot of fun playing that game, so. And if any of you guys have any NASCAR or IndyCar questions, I'm even a little bit excited about the Rolex 24 at Daytona. If you guys have any questions about that, go ahead and ask. I'd like to talk a little bit of racing, if so. So yeah, just like everything is going okay. Everything is going okay. Someone that matters a lot to me is going to be leaving on a little vacation for about a week, so I'm gonna miss him a lot. But you know, that's just gonna kind of be just my. Probably next week is gonna be a little bit more content focused, with more videos and such. Unless I'm doing the graphic work. If I'm doing the graphic work, then that's taking up a lot of time. But you guys are, in the end, are going to get a better project. Alright, you were stoked for the armor race. Well, now today. Yeah, I am too. That's kind of why I'm wearing the Motorcraft hat. I still have my Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat around here. Here we go. Still have the Nationwide hat. That's not gone yet. And it's not going to be gone. But I've really, I don't know even how to describe this, guys, but this hat, this hat is so comfy. It's so comfy. It it's perfect, and it's just really really nice. I mean, my other Nationwide hat, this is comfy too. This is an older hat, but it's very comfy as well. I love it. I find myself honestly wearing this hat more than the Nationwide hat, but since I got my hair cut recently, that's fit my head a little bit better. So that's good. Give me just 1 second, guys. Have you ever been to a road course? Ever been to a road course by Metal Mashia? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just gonna call you Metal if that's okay. Have I ever been to a road course? No. Like a professional road course? No. I've been to. Let's see here. I've been to Kentucky Speedway and I've been to Indianapolis. I saw the 500 and I saw the Brickyard 400. So technically, Indianapolis does have a road course, but I have not been to like actually see a live event like the sports cars at Daytona or Watkins Glen to watch an IndyCar race or just any other road courses. I have driven a go-kart around a couple of road courses, like indoor tracks and stuff, but no, I have never been to a road course race. And I'd like to. I'm starting to get more excited in like sports car racing, especially. And I am like a big fan of in terms of like sim racing. I love Watkins Glen. So either getting to just go to the race, or if there was a way that I could do like a ride along or do laps around a road course, like that would be fun. I see myself more as an oval guy personally, but I can definitely see the appeal of road course racing, especially at the Glen. I love the Glen. Random question: have you ever been to a drag race? The answer to that is no. I don't hate the sport. I'm just not big into NHRA. I'm not big into drag racing. My personal reasons, I mean, it takes a lot of driver finesse to keep a rocket car, essentially. Something that's going about 300 miles an hour in a straight line. Like, that is definitely difficult with how much G-forces is going against your body, and John Force and the Force sisters, they've made an amazing career out of it. I've just never been into it. I've honestly never been into drag racing. I will say that I do like some of the old classic cars, like say pit a 1960s Chevrolet Corvette Stingray versus a 1970s Ford Mustang, just as an example. You pit those two against it, like the body of the car, the horsepower of the car, the turbo of the car, just like all that stuff, the rumble of the engine. That's cool to me. But I honestly prefer oval racing or road course racing. I like having an event that goes around in circuits instead of in a straight line. So, I don't know. NHRA and drag racing has just never appealed to me. And I feel a little bit bad about that, but... Metal, you say that you've only been to Watkins Glen for the Cup Series. Yeah, I mean, Watkins Glen seems like a really good track. It seems like... Excuse me. Sonoma, to me, seems like it's a racetrack that's built a little bit more for slower racing, but it can have good events. But to me, at least, it seems like Watkins Glen has put on a better show than Sonoma has in like recent years. There have been some like really climactic battles between drivers at Sonoma, without a doubt. But I think in terms of overall consistency, I think that Watkins Glen puts on a better show. Because Watkins Glen, I think, is more like in its setup is just like it's a much faster and a track that you have to have rhythm at. Sonoma, it has spots where you speed up, but you're then met with a corner that you have to practically go to zip to zero, and get on the brakes so hard that you're smoking up the tires. And I have got nothing against Sonoma, but when it comes to road course races, I've always preferred Watkins Glen in terms of racing it. Road America is another one that I like. Road America. Metal, he said, my seats were on the front straightaway where I couldn't see the whole track. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think any road course you could really get a good view of the entire track unless they have, like, scoreboard video players or so to, like, watch the race or such. Indianapolis, when I went to the 2012 Indy 500, you could see, like, where we sat in turn 2. So you could see right at the edge, more or less a pit wall, down in turn 1, and slightly down the front straightaway. You could see them very easily coming to turn 1, down the short chute, out of turn 2, and then down the back straightaway, almost all the way to turn 3. Almost. So I got to see about like 50% of the track, and the other nice thing is there was a television viewing board like right over this way, right across from where I was sitting in the infield, more like on the inside where the inner wall is, the inside retaining wall, and you could see the rest of the racetrack. And when I went back in 2009 for the Brickyard 400, we were up in like the VIP press boxes almost, or the VIP boxes at Indy. So you could see pretty much at the exit of 4, down the front straightaway, off into turn 1, and you could look straight ahead, and if you looked carefully enough, you could see the cars come by down the back straightaway, and you could see, I think Indianapolis actually has a logo, like a text-based logo in the back against the backstretch wall, but you could see the cars pass by, but they were like there was a small clearing where there was trees on this side, but you could still see the cars come by in the back straightaway for just a little bit. So yeah, I am particularly like Indianapolis. Kentucky Speedway is also really good, or Kentucky Motor Speedway, whatever it's called. When we used to be season ticket holders, we would sit up up in the deck rows. We had really good seats, but you could see the entire racetrack. You could see everything. You could see the front straightaway, you could see turn 1, you could see turn 2, you could see the back stretch, you could see 3, you could see 4, and then right back into the front stretch. You could see the entire racetrack, which is perfect. Alright, so enough talking about 2 NASCAR tracks. Top Dragster. I'll point this out though, Top Fuel and Funny Cars hit 160 decibels of sound. It's so loud it shook my whole body bad enough that I couldn't focus my eyes while standing at the starting line. That's something else. It's really hard to say this. Like, I enjoy racing. I really, really enjoy racing. But the big thing is like, I typically like oval racing, and there is such a thing as being too loud or too fumy. Because my lungs are a little sensitive to smells and such like that, I have to be mindful of it. But even I enjoy the smell of like burning rubber and gas and everything else like that. Yeah. CH Productions 14, what's up, my friend? Not much, really, man. Just having a nice chill session with all these fine people. So I like to do these videos every now and then. It gives me a chance to interact with the viewers and the subscribers, and just gives me a chance to kick back and relax. I hate taking consecutive days off when I'm doing the YouTube stuff, which will probably have to happen more when I go back to working and everything like that. But I don't like to just like drop off the face of the earth and not do anything for like 2 to 3 weeks. I like to do something. But yeah, and yeah, you know, I've got some extended family who do some drag racing stuff, but it's like further up in northern Ohio, so I can't really easily go up and see it. But I will say that that one universal thing that I do like about racing is I love the drivers. If you can get to talk to the drivers or anything like that, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. The other type of racing that I've really gotten into is sprint car racing. There's a track called Lawrenceburg Speedway in Indiana, which is like 40 minutes or so from where I live, roughly. And sorry, got a text message. The track's like 40 minutes away from where I live, and they put on one hell of a show. I've gotten tickets to go see, let me think here, the Hornets. I've seen the winged sprint cars. I've seen the non-winged sprint cars. I've seen the modifieds. I've seen the late models. The late models was actually the last race that I went to go see at Lawrenceburg, and I got to see Scott Bloomquist go out and dominate the field in that event. And I've even got a really good promo magazine, a driver's guide to that, and I love it. I love it so much. The drivers were real friendly. I didn't get to get any autographs, but I actually walked up to where they were doing the driver introductions, and I think I was high-fived, shook the hand of literally every driver that was on the field for the late model event, and it was awesome. It was awesome. CH Productions, I really have gotten into IndyCar. I'm glad. IndyCar is really, really good. There's some good drivers in there, and well, I was really sad that Charlie Kimball was leaving Ganassi. I'm interested in his stint going forward into Carlin Racing in the 23. It does mean that my 83 hat's probably going to be like, well, not tossed to the wayside. I like it because I met Charlie when he was in the 83, but it's not going to be relevant anymore. Just as this hat isn't relevant, so I did not know that. Okay, Metal, you asked me, do I have iRacing? Yes and no. Yes, I have renewed a subscription on iRacing. That's actually what I've been doing as of late. I actually have a video up from a few days ago, which is just iRacing shenanigans, and so I was just hanging out with my buddies and such, and screwing around and just trying to do well. So I do have F1. I do have iRacing. I don't know if I'm going to renew it in like 3 months from now. And I don't know if I'm going to do a lot of gameplay videos and Let's Plays of it, really because there's such an unknown element to whether you're going to get wrecked out or not, and if it's going to be worth your hour or so of time invested into the event. So yes, I do have it. I don't know if I'm going to do much with it. That's probably going to be just like offline in terms of, this is probably not going to get much YouTube air. Any thoughts on Formula One? I was a big fan of Michael Schumacher. He was like the only big name in the sport when I started listening into it. I like Vettel. I liked Vettel more when he was with Red Bull, but I like Daniel Ricciardo. I like Max Verstappen. I've grown to like Fernando Alonso. I just don't really watch Formula One. I know I've got a couple game. I've got like 2 or 3 F1 games in my collection, but I don't know. I'm just not big on it. I'm not big on it. Guys, I will be back in just a minute. I gotta step away. I'll be back in just a few minutes, so uh, yeah, I'll just be back. Um, I'll be right back, guys. So sorry for the interruption. So yeah, going back to Formula One. Yeah, I was a fan of Schumacher. I was a fan of Vettel. I'm a fan of Verstappen. I'm a fan of Daniel Ricciardo. I'm a fan of Vettel. The big thing is that what bothers me about Formula One is there is so many rules associated with the sport that it's really, really hard to get into and understand. And in turn, I also see it as the cars are so technically heavy in terms of like engineering, and so that it's really not that difficult for someone to get into an F1 car and race it. I know that the IndyCar series have definitely got a good amount of like technical boosters to it, essentially. But F1, while it is a pinnacle of auto racing in regards to it being an all road course schedule, I think with all the things that they've tried to do to make the racing more exciting and make passing easier, instead of just going out and passing someone, you have to use KERS and DRS. I think it's just DRS now. There is something fundamentally wrong with that. There's really something wrong with that. So I'm not big on Formula One personally. I like playing the games every now and then, but I'm not a fan of it. Like, I'm not gonna go out and buy F1 merchandise, and I'm not gonna go out and buy tickets to go see an F1 event. Mainly because of the price. Formula One is so expensive. You want a hat or you want a die cast, you're spending way more than what you would on IndyCar shop or NASCAR shop or anything else like that. It's way pricier. So, if you guys have any more questions, by all means, let them fly. Quick there on my phone. Oh, dang. I think I guess I got a call. I need to call someone back, honestly, but what I will do is a number of things. So tomorrow, we don't start racing until 4 p.m. I'm gonna go and I'll probably do an early in the day stream. I'll probably have another one of these sit down and chats because I love doing this. And in regards to yes, and what's going to happen is Armor is going to be first, and then ERL is going to be second. So regarding tomorrow, I'm probably going to have another sit-down chat, probably earlier in the day. Like, I'm going to get up early tomorrow and get my day started, like, around 8 o'clock in the morning. So I may do a live stream at 9 or 10 in the morning and just kind of chill. Just chill with you guys for, like, an hour. And then Armor's getting its stuff started up at, like, 4, and then ERL starts its stuff up at 6. There's only one series for Armor this season, so that's going to be it. And that's going to be that. So if any of you guys who are racing Armor tomorrow or are racing ERL, if you have any more specific questions, send me a message. Send me a message on Facebook, and I will try my best to answer them. And I think that's going to wrap it up. If you guys have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments down below. Like I said, I'm going to do another one of these videos tomorrow because I love doing this stuff. And you guys have a great night. And probably keep your eye out. Keep your eye out like late tomorrow or Sunday. Because I may do another NFL game. We need to get back into getting the Packers more wins. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you again next time.